Soham, a class 10th student, lived in a poor family. He wished if his parents were wealthy, he could have enjoyed life like a rich man. He had a blank picture of rich people in his mind. For him, being rich means having the freedom to do just as you like, to work at a job you love, without having to worry about how much it pays, or to give up work completely to pursue some other interest, without wanting to earn a living from it. He decided to become a rich man. Pursuing his devotion, he started to collect maximum information about rich persons. When he found out that Mr. Bill Gates is the richest person in the world, he concentrated his full attention, searching about the lifestyle of this richest person in the world. After reading his biography, he came to know that Bill Gates was born on the 28th of October, 1955, with a silver spoon in his mouth. While his father was a lawyer, his grandfather was the president of the National Bank. Since childhood, he had a passion for computers and wanted to become a millionaire by starting his own company. Driven by his intense interest in computers, he met a boy named Paul Allen with a similar interest in computers. Both joined hands, and after their studies, they started a business together. Facing many teething troubles, both of them started one software company that was registered with the name of Microsoft in 1975. It was in the year of 1986, after 11 years of hard work, that Bill Gates invented software called Microsoft Windows. With a great vision and hard work, Bill Gates took Microsoft to become the world's #1 software company. His vision and hard work made him the world's richest man as well. Bill Gates was named the richest man in the world by Forbes' annual list of the world's billionaires. This was the 16th time that the founder of Microsoft claimed the top spot. He emerged as an incredible man who created a software empire and became the richest man in the world. Soham was greatly inspired after reading his biography, as he was also interested in computers. He now started reading the further story of Bill Gates with more interest. While reading his biography with many divergent details, he happened to come across a very interesting story about him. Once many years ago, because of a squabble over some matter with management, he was facing dismissal. It was an occasion for him to spend some time with his old friends he was missing for a long time. These friends were delighted to sit in close proximity to the richest man in the world. Out of curiosity, one of them asked Bill Gates, "Is there anyone richer than you?" "Yes, there is one man who is richer than me." "Who is that man?" The next question came instantly. "I do not remember his name, but I recollect that I had gone to New York Airport. Before checking in for boarding, I was just looking at daily newspapers and magazines. I wanted to purchase one newspaper and picked up one copy to buy. As soon as I put my hands in my pocket, I found no small coins available with me. With a heavy heart, I kept the newspaper back and stood up to leave the place. The expressions on my face were observed by the vendor. When he saw my interest and my desire to purchase the newspaper, he called me and told me, 'This newspaper is for you.' I watched carefully this black boy who was offering me the desired newspaper. In a perplexing situation, I hesitated to accept his offer, having no change money, though I was very keen to read it. I felt low, neither was I able to buy the paper, nor was willing to refuse the offer. I stood silent, just watching the black boy. It was not possible for me to decide what to do. Should I accept the offer or refuse it? It was not possible for me to resist the temptation of the newspaper, but without money, I was not able to accept it either. With a heavy heart, I said, "But I don't have change money." He smiled and said, "No problem, I would like to give you for free." I took the newspaper and left with thanks. After this, Bill Gates paused for a moment to see the reaction of his friends who were listening to his story. After a while, he continued, "You know, I remain busy all the time during day and night, and don't get time to spare some moments over petty matters. The incident went out of my mind." He continued, "When I happened to visit the same airport again after 3 months, then as per my habit, I was again looking for the newspapers and magazines put up for sale. I started searching for some coins in my pocket and found nothing. The same boy observed my intention, and without asking anything, he offered me the desired paper once again. He said, 'It is for you, free of cost.' It was a moment of joy for me to find such a compassionate boy willing to offer free of cost, to bring a smile on the face of unknown people. He said, 'My curiosity increased, and I asked the boy, "Dear friend, 3 months ago, you gave one newspaper free of cost, and today also you are offering it for free. Do you deal with everyone who comes across you in this situation?" The boy responded, "No, not to everyone, but when I feel the customer's intense desire and his willingness to pay, but because of certain reasons, they are unable to pay, I offer them out of my profit amount. I don't want to see someone get disheartened just for little money." Bill Gates continued, "His words and kind gestures stayed in my mind, and I was thinking, on what basis and what sagacity this was possible. The poor black boy, already discarded by the society of white people, was so generous that he offered his sale item free of cost to a well-clad white person only because they were interested in buying it, but were not able to pay for some reasons." This episode touched the heart of little young chap Sohan while reading the biography of Bill Gates. How a poor boy could afford to lose his hard-earned money to serve the purpose of a needy man was a big question haunting his mind. He started to read further with more interest. Bill Gates continued answering the question, "Is there anyone richer than you?" and said, "After 19 years, when I reached the height of my destiny, I decided to find this person, to bring back his beauty and compensate him. I formed a team and told them to go to the airport and inform me about the black boy who was selling the newspapers. After a month and a half of research and investigation, they found out that the black boy is currently a theater keeper." Bill Gates reached there and asked him, "Do you know me?" The man said, "Yes, I know you well. You are famous Bill Gates, the acclaimed richest person in the world." Mr. Gates responded, "Very good. Your memory is very sharp, that you remember me." Bill Gates said, Well, you may also remember giving me a free newspaper 2 times, many years ago? Man replied, Yes, I do not forget easily, I remember it very well. Okay, it is good you still remember me. Let us be good friends. Now, I want to compensate you for your kindness. I am going to give you everything that you want, Mr. Gates responded. The black young man replied, You can't compensate me. Mr. Gates said, Why? He replied, Because I gave you when I was poor, and you want to give me when you are rich. So how do you compensate for it? Mr. Gates said, I think that the black young man is richer than me. You don't have to have money in order to help others. A wise man once said, Money and wealth are an element of vanity. When you die, all possessions go to someone else. What stays is the legacy of good that you leave behind. Thank you.